We're very pleased to welcome today on the show Ajay Singh, Chairman and Managing Director at SpiceJet. Many thanks for joining us, Mr. Singh. SpiceJet has launched a one-year AME Apprenticeship for Indian Aviation. Describe the program to us.
This is a program where we train young engineers who graduate from AME schools across the country into working in airlines such as SpiceJet. We found that there is a large gap when we interview students from these 70 or 80 AME schools in the country. We feel that they are not fit to immediately start working on an aircraft or working on ground. So there is a big gap between education and skills, and we are trying to fill that gap by providing the skills, by providing a one-year program where 3 months is classroom work and 9 months is practical training. And we are hoping that that with the skills that we impart, we will equip these students to play a meaningful role in the airline. We feel that this is extremely important for the aviation sector, which, as you know, is growing 23-24% a year. There's a huge paucity of skills and talent and engineers and mechanics for airlines. And that gap is only going to grow in the next few years. So we feel that it's well worth trying to create a base of mechanics and engineers through a program that is professional and that is practical.
What are some of the nuts and bolts of the program in terms of acceptability, recognition, the costs for apprentices?
As far as SpiceJet is concerned, there is a SpiceJet certification that we are providing. The program is, of course, being done in collaboration with the DGCA. As far as the cost is concerned, actually we are paying the apprentices a small monthly retainer as part of this program. So when they join us, there is an entrance exam that we have, and we pick a batch of 25. We will have 2 or 3 batches running for the next year. The students are selected through an entrance program, and once they join the program, then there is SpiceJet pays them a monthly stipend while they are in the program, and then offers them a job at the end of the program, in which, of course, the salary is significantly increased.
This fits in with the government's Skill India program. So I'm wondering if there's any chance of government support to your particular apprentice program as it sort of evolves and matures.
At the moment, we have not sought any government support, but the Skill Development Minister, who was at the function today, did inform us that the government has a program which is well suited to provide support for a program like this. And we will certainly be talking to them, because we want to extend this program beyond mechanics and engineers. We want to have a similar program in other spheres of aviation as well. Certainly we will speak to government and see if we can work collaboratively with them.
Well, I suppose that skilling is coming at just the right moment when India's aviation sector is all set to grow even further, faster. Given that the government is looking to promote regional connectivity through the UDAN scheme, the timing certainly makes sense to have more trained, skilled aviation engineers in the sector. What is SpiceJet specifically planning under the UDAN scheme?
Firstly, the UDAN scheme is a very welcome scheme of the Government of India and seeks to connect unserved and underserved airports in the country. As you probably know, we have 400 airports and airstrips in India, and only 75 of these airports and airstrips are currently being commercially used. So we have a significant number of unused, underutilized or unused airports around the country. So the scheme seeks to utilize some of these airports. It seeks to connect small towns and cities and populations that have no air connectivity at all. So I think it's a fantastic scheme, and what government is trying to do is to provide viability gap funding, work along with the state government and reduce the cost of aviation, the airports, the taxation, etc., so that we bring down the cost of flights into these regions, and that this will enable airlines to bring down fares and make flying more affordable for these small towns and cities. We believe that the Udan scheme will greatly assist in promoting tourism as well as local economies. So we welcome the scheme, and SpiceJet is going to be a part of that scheme.
Yes, and we've read reports that SpiceJet is planning to lease additional aircraft. Also, I believe planning 6 stations by June, July under the Udan scheme. Can you share some details with us?
Well, we don't know as yet, Manvi, because we have bid for certain routes in the scheme, and government has still to decide which routes are to be provided to which airline. So once we know that, we will know how many aircraft we need for this, and based on that, we will lease aircraft.
Well, there's certainly no dearth of news flow when it comes to India's aviation sector right now. The impending entry of Qatar Airways in India's regional market. Your thoughts on that?
Well, I think the views of the Federation of Indian Airlines, which includes all the 4 major airlines, as well as, I must say, the national carrier, are similar. And the views are that there is no country in the world today that allows 100% FDI in aviation. Therefore, there's very little reason that India should be the first one to do it. There is no country in the world that allows us to go and set up an airline in their country and own it and control it. So these kind of policies should be on the basis of reciprocity, and we should only allow airlines and countries into India if they allow us the same privilege. The second issue is that if the objective of government with 100% FDI was to get investment into the country, this is not going to get any investment into India at all, because when you set up an airline, essentially you lease aircraft, and this will be done from outside India. So there's nothing which comes really into the country. So we all of us, all the airlines in India, oppose it, not because we are trying to stave off competition. The Indian aviation is one of the most competitive aviation sectors in the world today. We have amongst the highest costs and yet the lowest fares. So this is not about trying to keep people out. It's about ensuring that we have a level playing field, and that the Indian aviation sector can grow and prosper. That India will build its own Etihads and Emirates and Qatars, and build its own Abu Dhabi and Dubai and Dohas. So we have to build our own hub airports, we have to build our own global airlines, and we believe that this policy of the government of India is something that they need to rethink about.
So is the government sympathetic to your concerns?
Well, we made our concerns known to the government, and we will continue to make our concerns known to the government. That is our privilege as Indian carriers. It's for them to take an appropriate call, and we are confident that they will take a call which is in the interest of the country.
India, it's attracting new entrants, the aviation market, so there's no denying the growth prospects, but it's also a very competitive market, and the December quarter financial performance reflects the downward pressure on fares. What is likely to be the fare trajectory from here on?
Well, we are hoping that fares are going to stabilize. Of course, fares have come down significantly since last year, even as oil prices have actually gone up. And this is a result of intense competition in the sector. So all of us are trying very hard to build more efficient operations, bring our costs down, and take the yield up. So we continue to work towards that, and hopefully fares will stabilize, and airlines can be profitable, because it helps nobody if airlines are losing money. So it doesn't even help the consumers if airlines are losing money. We need a strong, viable, profitable aviation sector, and that would be in the interest of the country.
But I'm wondering where that fare stability is going to come from. Do you see some room to improve financial performance with a sort of bouquet of Udan flights, because those flights, you know, there are proposals for much lower ATF tax under Udan?
Firstly, stability will come from more rational behavior by the participants in the industry. Of course, as a country, we need to reduce cost of aviation. Today, aviation turbine fuel in India is the most expensive in the world. So we need to, get out of this mindset that flying is for the rich, and so it must be taxed at very high rates. If we can no country in the world today taxes aviation turbine fuel. The top 20 aviation markets don't tax aviation turbine fuel. If we can find a way of not taxing aviation turbine fuel, you would bring down cost tremendously. Also, in terms of airports, we need a new model for development of our airports. Today, our airports are amongst the most expensive in the world. So we need to work actively at bringing down cost of Indian aviation. If we can do that, fares will come down, profitability will be maintained, and the sector will grow tremendously, giving a huge boost to tourism as well as local economies.
Well, I'm going to leave it at that, given your time constraints. Many thanks for joining us today on NDTV. Ajay Singh, Chairman and Managing Director, SpiceJet.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.